What up? What up? What up? We're talking about those power forwards, the all-time greats, in my opinion. We did numbers 8 and 7. That was McAdoo, Bob McAdoo, and Sir Charles Barkley, known as the Round Mound of Rebound. I owe Chuck an apology. When it comes to playoffs, the highest point total in one single playoff game was held by Eldon Baylor. I believe he scored 61, and I think his was overtime, double overtime. George scored 63 in a double overtime game. But Charles Barkley holds the highest total in a game that did not include overtime. He had 56. So I don't want to disrespect Chuck. So there you have it. That's who holds the record for the highest point total in a non-overtime playoff game. Number 6. I'm going to be honest with you. He's just not one of my favorite players. But I got to give respect where respect is due. Over 30,000 points, 36,000 to be honest. Be honest and accurate with you guys. He's the number 2 all-time leading scorer in NBA history behind Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Talking about the mailman, Karl Malone. I'm just not a big fan because I thought it was a year he gave Isaiah Thomas an elbow that busted his head open. People said, well, the Pistons did that all the time. No, they didn't. What Karl Malone did that day was because Isaiah Thomas was in there pissing on John Stockton. I'm just going to put it out there. If my nephew, brother, if you see it, don't say it. Don't use that word. But that's what it was. He's always been kind of just somebody you just don't like for whatever reason. And that's just me. He's gotten this feeling because I remember one year in the All-Star game, Kobe waved him off a pick and roll in the All-Star game. He didn't understand how somebody can wave him off a pick and roll. It's the All-Star game. We're not trying to run a set offensive play. When Magic announced that he had HIV, he was like, I don't know what it'd be like. I don't know how I could play with him. I don't know, blah, 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 blah. Okay. I just said all that, but that has nothing to do with scoring over 36,000 points. It doesn't. That's my personal feelings about Karl Malone because you probably were asking, well, why don't you like him? I just gave you a few examples. Karl Malone stayed in tip-top condition. That's why I put him ahead of Sir Charles because Barkley, by all accounts, didn't care. He would training camp was how he got in shape. Karl Malone, I read somewhere he taught an aerobics class during the offseason. So he kept himself together. And that's why he's number 6 on my list. We're getting into the top 5. And I know if Sly seeing this, he's sitting there, I can hear him saying, oh, Lord. And I'm going to throw y'all off a little bit. My number 5 power forward of all time is the big ticket, Kevin Garnett. I have never seen a player play with more heart than Kevin Garnett. And I know y'all probably, well, what about AI? What about that? And that's fine. AI had a lot of heart too, but I said KG, he wore his heart on his sleeve. And the one thing I love about KG, not one time did you hear KG complain about being in Minnesota. We did the complaining for him. Man, KG need to get out of Minnesota. KG need to get out of Minnesota. And he finally did. And the day he got sent to Boston, and I remember hearing that they got Ray Allen, I knew what it was. They were going to get a ring. I'm born and raised. I was a Laker fan for years. Well, I'm still a Laker fan, but I was a Laker fan. And you did not like the Celtics. So when KG got that ring, that first ring, as a Laker fan, I'm like, man, y'all should have beat them. But as a basketball fan, it was good to see KG get that ring. Because you remember those years in Minnesota where he was playing hard, playing his butt off, taking L's, going home in the first round, going home in the second round. But when you see him celebrate, he cussed a little bit. That's KG. It was good to see it. So KG's my number 5 guy. So that leaves I'm gonna have 3 white guys in my top 4. But the guys I put in my top four, they deserve it. One guy's gonna throw you out. You're not gonna be familiar with. I'm gonna give you his numbers and what he did over his NBA career. And you can be like, damn, I see why he's up there. And like I said, a lot of the stuff people some of the old school guys that you're gonna see here on my list, it's a lot of word of mouth, reading up on them, watching, ESPN and saying, oh, okay, let me check up on him. Google. And so that's how I got some of my information. But shout out to KG and the mailman Karl Malone. And keep in mind, folks, the mail does not deliver on Sundays. Go back to game one in the 1997 NBA Finals. Hey, y'all have a good evening.